Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about the working principle of 4-stroke petrol engine and 4-stroke diesel engine. So first we'll begin with the working principle of 4-stroke petrol engine. Let us see how this 4-stroke petrol engine will work. So first important thing is we all should know on which thermodynamic cycle this 4-stroke petrol engine will work. As already we have discussed in the classification part, this 4-stroke petrol engine works on Otto cycle. So hence it is also called as Otto cycle engine. And we have one more name for this Otto cycle. You all know that it is constant volume cycle. So please remember that this 4-stroke petrol engine mainly works on Otto cycle or constant volume cycle. And one more important thing in this 4-stroke petrol engine is the charge used in 4-stroke petrol engine is mixture of air and petrol and is supplied by the carburetor in suitable proportions. Yes, you can identify or you can see these carburetors in case of petrol engines. In the carburetors, mixture of air and fuel, that is a petrol, air and petrol mixture will be prepared, then that will be sent to the combustion chamber during the suction stroke. So that's why in case of 4-stroke petrol engine, the charge used is mixture of air and petrol. And one more important thing is this charge, that is air fuel mixture, is ignited by the spark which is generated by spark plug, and for this reason petrol engines are also called as spark ignition engines. So I told this thing already like in earlier classes. So we will call these petrol engines as spark ignition engines. So reason is the charge, that is the air fuel mixture, will be ignited by the spark which is generated by spark plug. So for this reason we will call that petrol engine as spark ignition engines. So here now we have that 4-stroke petrol engine. You can also call this as 4-stroke spark ignition engines. So that is the important thing you need to remember. Next, let us see that working principle of that 4-stroke petrol engine. We have this, as the name suggests, we have 4 different strokes here. You can see which are the 4 different strokes in case of this 4-stroke spark ignition engine. The first one is suction stroke, second one is compression stroke, third one is working stroke, and fourth one is exhaust stroke. So these are all the 4 strokes in this 4-stroke spark ignition engine. So we have the third one called as working stroke. You can call this as power stroke, or even one more name for this is expansion stroke. So these are all the 4 strokes in case of this 4-stroke SI engine. Now let us see what will happen in all the 4 different strokes here. So first let us begin with this suction stroke. I will tell you the overview of this suction stroke first. So during the suction stroke, as already we have discussed the terminologies of these IC engines. So you can see here I1 I have given the name in this case. So this end is called as cover end, or even you can call it as top dead center, and this end is called as crank end. You can call this as bottom dead center. So this is BDC and this is TDC. So this is a nomenclature we have already discussed actually. Next, so we have that valves here. One is inlet valve and another one is exhaust valve here. And you all know that this is a piston and cylinder arrangement. This is the connecting rod and this is a crank, and here it is crankshaft. So let us begin with what is that process that will be happening in case of this suction stroke. As I told, I will tell you that overview of this suction stroke first. In a suction stroke, piston will be at top dead center, that is at cover end, and then it will move towards crank end, or you can call it as it will move towards bottom dead center. You can see the direction of the arrow. The piston is moving downward, and in this case inlet valve will be open and exhaust valve remains closed. And due to this movement of the piston, this crankshaft will finish 180 degree of rotation, or you can call it as crankshaft will finish half of its rotation. This is the overview of this suction stroke. Now let us see what will be how that air fuel mixture will be entering into that combustion chamber during this suction stroke. Yes, the piston initially at the top dead center will start to move towards bottom dead center, and due to this a partial vacuum will be created inside this engine cylinder. That means the pressure in the cylinder will fall below the atmospheric pressure. So as soon as the pressure in that cylinder falls below the atmospheric pressure, and the inlet valve will be opened, so thereby which the petrol and air mixture, or you can call it as air fuel mixture, which is prepared in that carburetor, will enter this combustion chamber or will enter the engine cylinder through this inlet valve, which is kept open during suction stroke. And this supply of air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center, or you can call it as crank end. Then as soon as the piston reaches the BDC or crank end, inlet valve gets closed, and as soon as the inlet valve gets closed, the supply of air fuel mixture will be stopped. So that is end of suction stroke. So during this stroke, the crankshaft will finish half of its rotation. Yes, this completes the suction stroke. And one more important thing is, again, we have a doubt like how the piston will move from TDC to BDC. Here, to move the piston from top dead center to bottom dead center, you can make use of some battery, or even you can move this piston from TDC to BDC by cranking, manual cranking. So I think you might have seen that starting of some diesel engines, they used to manually crank that. So by cranking, that piston will move from TDC to BDC, or else you can write that you can make use of battery to make the piston to move from top dead center to bottom dead center. Yes, this completes the suction stroke. Next we have compression stroke here. And yes, let us discuss the PV diagram of representation of suction stroke on this PV diagram. You can see here on this PV diagram, we have this line 1 to 2. You can see there. This is the PV diagram, that is, you can say it as Otto cycle. We have a line from 1 to 2, horizontal line, you can see there. This is called actually intake stroke, they have mentioned here. It can also be called as suction stroke. Yes, this will be taking place at atmospheric pressure. So this horizontal line, that is process from 1 to 2, represents suction stroke. So they have mentioned it as intake stroke here. Yes. Next, let us move to compression stroke. In a compression stroke, again I will tell you the overview first. So piston will be at bottom dead center or at crank end, and will start to move towards top dead center or towards cover end. And here in this case, both the valves, that is inlet valve as well as exhaust valve, remains closed, and crankshaft will finish next 180 degree of its rotation, or you can call it as crankshaft will finish next further half of its rotation. This is the overview of this compression stroke. Next, let us see what will happen during compression stroke. So in a compression stroke, when the piston start to move towards top dead center from bottom dead center, the air fuel mixture which is stored in the combustion chamber will be compressed to very high pressure and very high temperature. That is what taking place during compression stroke, and this will be continued until the piston reaches this top dead center. So this is called as compression stroke, and you can see there again during this stroke, crankshaft will finish 180 degree of its rotation. So you can see there how we will represent this compression stroke on PV diagram. You can see there the line from 2 to 3. Yes, this process represents the compression stroke, which is shown here. You can see that this is the compression stroke, which is a process from this 2 to 3. You can see here during the compression stroke, we all know that the pressure goes on increases, whereas volume goes on decreases. The same thing you can see here. This is the volume somewhere here, and it goes on decreases. You can see this x-axis here. Volume goes on decreases, whereas pressure has been increased from this value to this value. So this is the pressure corresponding to 2, and this is the pressure corresponding to 0.3. So the pressure has been increased. So this is actually compression stroke, and this again compression stroke will be continued until piston reaches top dead center. Yes, this completes compression stroke. Next is power stroke or working stroke. Yes, before going for this power stroke or working stroke, let us see how the combustion will be taking place in this engine cylinder. So when the compression stroke is about to finish, when the piston is about to reach the top dead center, the spark plug which is placed in the cylinder head will give out the spark, and the spark which comes out will ignite this compressed air fuel mixture, and this combustion process will be taking place at constant volume. So that's why we used to call this process as constant volume heat addition process. Yes, that is, you can see here we have shown this constant volume heat addition process from 3 to 4. You can see there the volume corresponding to 0.3 and 0.4, it is same on this x-axis. So it's a constant volume process. So we have represented here constant volume process, and even in this side you can show it, we have shown this as combustion process. So the combustion will be taking place at constant volume. That is shown by a vertical line 3, 4 on PV diagram. Next is working stroke. Again, I will tell you the overview of this working stroke or power stroke first. In a power stroke, piston will be at top dead center and will move towards bottom dead center. You can see the direction of that arrow, and both the valves, inlet valve, exhaust valve, remains closed, and crankshaft will finish next 180 degree of its rotation. This is the overview of this power stroke. So due to that combustion, the exhaust gases which gets released will forces the piston to move downward, because the exhaust gases will start to expand, and because of that reason the exhaust gases forces the piston to move downward. So thereby which the piston will start to move from top dead center to bottom dead center, and thereby which the power which is generated here during the combustion process will be transferred to this connecting rod, then to this crank, and then to this crankshaft, and finally it will be taken out for applications. So that is what the overview of this working stroke. So let us see what will happen during working stroke. As soon as the combustion is happened, so the exhaust gases which gets released will try to expand, and just because of that the exhaust gases will forces the piston to move downward, and in the power stroke piston will move from top dead center to bottom dead center, and both the valves remains closed, and crankshaft will finish next 180 degree of its rotation. Yes, this power stroke will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center. This is called as power stroke or working stroke. You can see here that is represented by a line 4, 5 on this PV diagram. You can see there. So in that power stroke or in the expansion stroke, as the name suggests, so you can see there the volume goes on increases and the pressure you can see goes on decreases. So this is what actually expansion process or power stroke, or you can call it as working stroke. We have mentioned it is a power stroke here. The line from 4 to 5 is power stroke. Next we have that exhaust stroke here. So before going for exhaust, we need to write one more thing like constant volume heat rejection. You can see on this PV diagram we have a heat rejection process. That I will tell you what is this heat rejection process. So when the piston is about to reach this bottom dead center during the power stroke, so the exhaust valve will get open, and as soon as the exhaust valve gets open, part of that exhaust gases will try to go out through this exhaust valve. So that will be taking place at constant volume, means the piston is almost reaches that bottom dead center, the exhaust valve gets open, so the part of that gases will move out through this exhaust valve. So that is shown by a line 5 to 6 on PV diagram. This is actually, you can see there again, it's a constant volume process, constant volume heat rejection process. That means part of the exhaust gases will move out through the exhaust valve. Next we have the last stroke, which is exhaust stroke here. I will tell you the again overview of this exhaust stroke first. In an exhaust stroke, so piston will be at bottom dead center and will move towards top dead center. So here inlet valve remains closed and exhaust valve will be kept open. Again crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So this is the overview of this exhaust stroke. In the exhaust stroke, the piston which is at bottom dead center will start to move towards top dead center, and because of this piston movement, it forces all the exhaust gases which are present in the combustion chamber to move out of the chamber through this opened exhaust valve. So thereby which all the exhaust gases which present here will goes out through this exhaust valve as the piston start to move upward, or as the piston start to move towards top dead center, and this will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center. As soon as the piston reaches top dead center, the exhaust valve, all the exhaust gases will move out, and this exhaust valve will get closed, and that completes this exhaust stroke. Again during this movement of the piston, crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So this completes the exhaust stroke, and again this once it completes the exhaust stroke, we will begin with this suction stroke. That is how the cycle repeats actually. And this is the complete working principle of this 4-stroke SI engine. And you need to reproduce the same thing in the examination actually. Don't write the entire thing what I told now. You just try to explain what is suction stroke, what is compression stroke, and next what is constant volume heat addition or constant volume combustion process. Then comes power stroke or working stroke. Then write constant volume heat rejection. Then this exhaust stroke. So this is what you need to represent or you need to write for this 4-stroke spark ignition engine. And one more thing I would like to tell you is, you can see here, so this is a 4-stroke engine. All these 4-stroke are suction, compression, power stroke, and this exhaust stroke. So in this 4-stroke, this 4-stroke completes one cycle. And you can see here, we need to identify, to complete one cycle, how many revolutions of crankshaft is required. So you can see here, in this case of suction, crankshaft will finish half of its rotation. So in the compression stroke, it will finish next half of its rotation. That means one revolution of crankshaft is done in these 2 strokes. Again, next crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation in the power stroke, and next half of its rotation in the exhaust stroke. Thereby again, one more rotation of crankshaft here in this case. So in the 4-stroke engines, so to complete one cycle, it requires 2 complete revolution of crankshaft, or 2 complete rotation of crankshaft is required to complete one cycle in 4-stroke SI engine. So this is the detailed working principle of SI engine. In the examination, when you people are writing, you just write that 4-stroke SI engine mainly works on Otto cycle, and even you can call it as constant volume cycle. Then write this neat diagram. Then mention all the strokes first. The 4 different strokes of this 4-stroke SI engine are suction stroke, compression stroke, working stroke, and exhaust stroke. Then write this suction stroke, heading suction stroke. Then below that you can write, in the suction stroke, piston will be at TDC and will start to move towards BDC. Inlet valve is open, exhaust valve is closed. Crankshaft will finish half of its rotation. When the piston starts to move from top dead center to bottom dead center, it creates some partial vacuum in the engine cylinder, thereby which pressure in the engine cylinder falls below the atmospheric pressure. When the pressure falls below the atmospheric pressure, the air fuel mixture which is in the carburetor will enter this combustion chamber through this inlet valve which is kept open, and this supply of air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center. As soon as the piston reaches the bottom dead center, inlet valve gets closed and supply of air fuel mixture will be stopped. This completes the suction stroke. And next come to compression stroke. Again write the heading compression stroke. In the compression stroke, piston will be at BDC and will start to move towards TDC. Here both the valves remains closed. Crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So when the piston start to move towards top dead center, the air fuel mixture which is present in the combustion chamber will be compressed to very high temperature and high pressure. This will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center. Yes, this will tell you the compression stroke. Again, before starting that power stroke, you need to write this constant volume heat addition process. So like there, when the compression stroke is about to finish, the spark plug will give out the spark, and the spark will ignite that compressed air fuel mixture. That is called as constant volume heat addition process, or you can call it as combustion process. Next you can come for power stroke. Write the heading power stroke. In a power stroke, due to the combustion, the exhaust gases which gets released will try to expand, and thereby which it forces the piston to move downward, and the piston will start to move towards bottom dead center. And during this, both the valves remains closed. Inlet valve and exhaust valve remains closed. Crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation, and this will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center. This is power stroke. And before going for exhaust stroke, you need to write this constant volume heat rejection process. You can write, when the piston is about to finish the power stroke, the exhaust valve will be opened, and as soon as the exhaust valve open, part of that exhaust gases will move out through that exhaust valve. That is shown as constant volume heat rejection process on PV diagram. Then you can write this exhaust stroke. In the exhaust stroke, that a piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center. Exhaust valve is opened, inlet valve remains closed, crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. When the piston starts to move upward, all the exhaust gases which are present here will be forced to move out of this combustion chamber through this exhaust valve, and this will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center. So during that process, all the exhaust gases will be thrown out of this combustion chamber, and as soon as the piston reaches top dead center, this exhaust valve gets closed, and that ends that exhaust stroke. Yes, that's it. That is what you need to write for this working principle of 4-stroke SI engine. So I think you all got the idea about that. And one more thing, as already I told that in the question they may ask you to write PV diagram, or sometimes they miss to ask you to write the PV diagram there, but you people must and should write that PV diagram along with these 4 sketches. So along with these 4 sketches, please write this PV diagram, and even in the explanation part also, as soon as you finish the explanation of suction stroke, then write this suction stroke is represented by line 1 to 2 on PV diagram. Next, as soon as you finish this explanation of compression stroke, then write that compression stroke is represented by line 2-3 on PV diagram. Then you will write that constant volume heat addition process before going for this power stroke. Then you can write that constant volume heat addition process is represented by a line 3-4 on PV diagram. Then you will write the explanation of working stroke. So after finishing the explanation of working stroke, you will write that working stroke is represented by a line 4 to 5 on PV diagram. Similarly, after power stroke, you will explain that constant volume heat rejection. So that constant volume heat rejection will be shown by line 5 to 6 on PV diagram. Then after that, we will write the explanation of exhaust stroke. So this exhaust stroke is represented by a process 2 to 1 on this PV diagram. So 1 to 2 is suction, and here it will go like this: 1 to 2, 2 to 3 compression, constant volume heat addition 3 to 4, and power stroke from 4 to 5, 5 to 6 it is constant volume heat rejection. Again 2 to 1 it is exhaust stroke. I have clearly shown here. So for that you can write that exhaust stroke is shown by a line 2 to 1 on PV diagram. Here actually you can show the arrow. One arrow in this forward direction, one arrow in the backward direction. Arrow in the forward direction represents suction stroke, arrow in the backward direction represents the exhaust stroke. Next arrow in the forward direction here, that is from 2 to 3. Next, which is one arrow upward, and again one arrow from 4 to 5, one more arrow from 5 to 6. So if you show that, then you will clearly understand how that working principle of this 4-stroke SI engine. Yes, this will tells you clearly the working principle of 4-stroke SI engine. So next, let us move to explanation of 4-stroke diesel engine actually. So this is what the entire explanation. You can go through this PPT what I shared with you people. The same thing I told, and next after this let us move to this 4-stroke CI engine. In the 4-stroke CI engine, again this almost that working principle is almost same except some 2 to 3 differences, and even I told which are the differences there. Yes, let us begin with this 4-stroke diesel engine. So we have that basic thing again what I told, that first you need to write on which thermodynamic cycle this diesel engine works. A 4-stroke diesel engine works on diesel cycle, hence it is also called as diesel cycle engine. So remember that. And one more name for this thing is constant pressure heat addition cycle. You all know that already, so you can write that thing also if you want. You can see there, as I told, that working principle is similar to that of 4-stroke petrol engine. As I told you already, working principle of these two, that is 4-stroke petrol engine and 4-stroke diesel engine, are almost similar except few things, and I have mentioned which are the few things that are differ. You can see here the working principle is similar to that of 4-stroke petrol engine, except a fuel injector is used in place of spark plug. So you can see that we will not make use of spark plug in case of diesel engine. Instead of spark plug, we will make use of fuel injector in case of diesel engines. Next, one more difference is only air enters the cylinder during the suction stroke and gets compressed in the compression stroke. You can see the next difference there. In case of petrol engine, that is mixture of air and fuel will enter the cylinder during suction stroke, but whereas in case of diesel engine, only air enters the cylinder during the suction stroke and gets compressed in the compression stroke. So that is what you need to remember clearly. Yes, we have again that detailed diagram to show the working principle of this 4-stroke diesel engine, and this is the PV diagram you can see there. So again it is like first thing is from year to year, and next again it is compression process, next again constant pressure heat addition process, next power stroke, and this is actually heat rejection. Q2 you can see that it is heat rejection, and next again back to, you can see the one more arrow here, that is from year to year it is exhaust stroke. So that I will tell you during explanation. First let us see which are all the different strokes in case of 4-stroke diesel engine. Yes, you can see here, as we discussed already, working principle of diesel engine is almost similar to that of petrol engine, except one or two difference there. Yes, we have all the 4 different strokes in case of this diesel engine. So first one is suction stroke, second one is compression stroke, third one is working stroke, and fourth one is exhaust stroke. All the 4 strokes in case of diesel engine, again they are same, and you can see the name also: suction stroke, compression stroke, working stroke, exhaust stroke. You can call it working stroke as power stroke, or you can call this as expansion stroke. All the 4 strokes are same. Then let us see what are the difference and how that working principle in case of this 4-stroke diesel engine. Yes, let us begin with this suction stroke first. So suction stroke, again overview of this suction stroke is: piston will be at top dead center and will start to move towards bottom dead center. Inlet valve is open, exhaust valve remains closed, and crankshaft will finish 180 degree of its rotation. So this is the main overview of this suction stroke, that is similar to that of petrol engine. Next let us see what will be happening in the suction stroke. The piston, which is at top dead center, will start to move towards bottom dead center, and due to this it creates a partial vacuum in the engine cylinder. That means the pressure in the engine cylinder falls below the atmospheric pressure. As soon as the pressure in the cylinder falls below the atmospheric pressure, you can see there, air from the atmosphere will enter this combustion chamber through the inlet valve, and this will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center. As soon as the piston reaches bottom dead center, inlet valve gets closed and supply of air to the combustion chamber will be stopped. You can clearly see that first difference there. In case of petrol engine, it was air fuel mixture was entering into the combustion chamber, whereas in case of this diesel engine, only air will be entering in this combustion chamber during suction stroke. Yes, that completes a suction stroke, and you can see there the suction stroke will be represented by this horizontal line. This forward arrow represents suction stroke, that is from this E to A, that represents the suction stroke. Next let us move to this compression stroke. In the compression stroke, again overview of this thing is: piston will be at bottom dead center and will start to move towards top dead center, and both the valves, that is inlet valve and exhaust valve, remains closed. Yes, you can see that position of valve. Here it is somewhat open, whereas here you can see the inlet valve also gets closed, and even exhaust valve remains closed, and crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So during this compression stroke, piston from bottom dead center will start to move towards top dead center, and due to its movement, the air which is present inside this engine cylinder will be compressed to very high pressure and to very high temperature, and this will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center. Yes, this completes the suction stroke, and this suction stroke, this compression stroke, again represented by a line A, B on PV diagram. You can see this. The compression stroke, it is represented by this curve AB on PV diagram. You can see this arrow here, direction of arrow. And when the compression is about to finish, you will see here where it is like, next we need to write that is constant pressure heat addition in this case of diesel engine. When that compression stroke is about to finish, the fuel injector which is placed here will inject the fuel into this combustion chamber, and the fuel which gets injected into this combustion chamber will undergo combustion just by the heat of compressed air. That is, the air which is compressed here in the compression stroke, that heat of the air will be sufficient enough to make this fuel to undergo combustion. So that is what actually constant pressure combustion process. I will tell you once again, when the compression stroke is about to finish, this fuel injector which is placed here will inject the fuel, and the fuel which is supplied into this combustion chamber will undergo combustion just by the heat of this compressed air. So that's why they used to call these diesel engines as compression ignition engines. Remember that 4-stroke diesel engine can also be called as 4-stroke compression ignition engine, that is 4-stroke CI engines. Petrol engines were SI engines, and these diesel engines it is CI engine, and that is constant pressure heat addition process, that is represented by a line BC on PV diagram. You can see there, that is fuel injection as well as combustion, and they have shown this with a line, horizontal line BC. You can see that it's a constant pressure process. Next we have the power stroke. So as soon due to that combustion, or as soon as the combustion occurs, that gases which gets released will try to expand, and just because of that it forces the piston to move downward. So or you can say it as that the power stroke piston will be at TDC and will start to move towards BDC. Both the valves remains closed and crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So now let us see what will happen during this working stroke. As soon as the combustion occurs, the exhaust gases which gets released will try to expand, and that makes the piston to move downward. Or you can say it as those exhaust gases will forces the piston to move downward, and that is actually power stroke. The piston will start to move downward, and this will be continued until the piston reaches bottom dead center, BDC. That is again power stroke, which will be represented by a curve CD on the PV diagram. You can see that this is a curve which represents this power stroke, and that completes the power stroke. Next, before going for exhaust stroke, you need to write that constant volume heat rejection process. Like when the power stroke is about to finish, the exhaust valve will open, and as soon as the exhaust valve opens, part of that exhaust gases will move out of this combustion chamber through this exhaust valve. That will be taking place at constant volume, and that is shown by a line, vertical line DA on this PV diagram. This is not exhaust is mentioned here actually. This is exhaust will come somewhere here. Exhaust. This is exhaust stroke, but here it is Q2 they have shown, that is heat rejection process. Constant volume heat rejection, and that is represented by a vertical line DA on PV diagram. Next, let us move to this exhaust stroke. So in the exhaust stroke, you can see the overview of this thing is, initially in the exhaust stroke, piston will be at bottom dead center and will start to move towards top dead center. Inlet valve remains closed, whereas exhaust valve is kept open, and crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. And yes, during this exhaust stroke, the piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center, and this movement of the piston will forces all the exhaust gases to move out of the combustion chamber through this exhaust valve, and this will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center. As soon as the piston reaches top dead center, all the exhaust gases from the combustion chamber will be thrown out, and this exhaust valve will get closed, and that ends this exhaust stroke. And as soon as the exhaust stroke ends, again that completes one cycle, again will lead to beginning of this suction stroke, that is of next cycle. So this is the working principle of this 4-stroke diesel engine, which is also called as 4-stroke compression ignition engines. You all know that why do we call these diesel engines as compression ignition engines. In this case, diesel fuel which gets injected into the combustion chamber will be ignited by the heat of the compressed air. So that's why you used to call it as compression ignition engines. So remember that. Yes, this completes the working principle of this 4-stroke diesel engine. I will tell you in brief once again how this 4-stroke diesel engine will work, and how you need to write in the examination. First, write 4-stroke diesel engine or 4-stroke compression ignition engine works on diesel cycle. It can also be called as constant pressure heat addition cycle. It has 4 strokes: suction stroke, compression stroke, working stroke, exhaust stroke. Write all the 4 diagrams, show the valve positions carefully. The diagram for this thing, that is diesel engine as well as for petrol engine, it almost same. You need not write anything here. You just show this thing as fuel injector. In case of petrol engine, you please show this thing as spark plug. That's it. That is the only difference in case of diagram. Everything rest of that it remains same. Inlet valve opens during a suction stroke and exhaust valve is closed, and these two valves remains closed in case of compression and working stroke, whereas in case of exhaust stroke, inlet valve is closed, exhaust valve remains open. It is same in case of petrol engine also. Only thing is this will be shown as fuel injector in case of diesel engine, and it will be shown as spark plug in case of petrol engine. And one more difference is, for diesel engine during suction stroke we will show only air for diesel engine. For petrol engine we will show that as fuel plus air. So remember that. So again, as I said, we'll tell you that overview, or I will explain in brief how to write in the examination. First write that basic thing on which thermodynamic cycle this diesel engine works. Next write the 4-stroke, suction stroke, compression stroke, working stroke and exhaust stroke. Then write suction stroke. In this, piston will be at TDC, will start to move towards BDC. Inlet valve opens, exhaust valve closed, crankshaft will finish half of its rotation or 180 degree of its rotation. Due to the downward movement of the piston, it creates partial vacuum. Pressure falls below the atmospheric pressure, thereby which atmospheric air enters this combustion chamber through the inlet valve. That will be continued until the piston reaches BDC. Then when it reaches BDC, inlet valve gets closed and suction stroke ends. Next come to compression. In the compression, piston which is at bottom dead center will start to move towards top dead center. Both the valves remains closed and crankshaft finish next half of its rotation. So due to the upward movement of the piston, the air which is present here will get compressed to very high temperature and very high pressure. So again, I just forgot to tell you that as soon as you finish the explanation of suction stroke, write that suction stroke is shown as line from E to A on PV diagram. Write that. Don't forget to mention this. Next, once you finish the compression stroke, write that compression stroke is shown as a line from A to B on PV diagram. Next, before going for power stroke, write that heat addition process. When the compression stroke is about to finish, the fuel injector which is placed here will inject the fuel, and the fuel which is supplied to that combustion chamber will be ignited by that heat of compressed air. So that is constant pressure heat addition process. As the fuel is ignited by the heat of compressed air, we used to call these diesel engines as compression ignition engines, and this combustion will be taking place at constant pressure. That will be shown by a line BC on PV diagram. You can see that we have shown it as fuel injection as well as combustion. Next comes to this power stroke. As due to that combustion, the exhaust gases which gets released will try to expand, and that forces the piston to move towards bottom dead center, and both the valve remains closed. Crankshaft will finish next half of its rotation. So due to this combustion process, the exhaust gases will try to expand and make the piston to move downward, and this is called as power stroke, and this will be continued until the piston reaches BDC. And then again you can write this power stroke is represented by a line or curve CD on a PV diagram. Next, before going for exhaust stroke, write that constant volume heat rejection process. When the piston is about to reach BDC, or when the power stroke is about to finish, exhaust valve will be opened. So thereby which part of the exhaust gases will goes out of the combustion chamber through this exhaust valve. That is actually constant volume heat rejection. That is shown by a line DA on PV diagram. Next comes this exhaust stroke. In the exhaust stroke, piston will be at BDC, will move towards TDC. Inlet valve remains closed, exhaust valve is open, crankshaft will finish 180 degree of its rotation. So due to that upward movement of that piston, all that exhaust gases which present here will be thrown out of this combustion chamber through this exhaust valve. This will be continued until the piston reaches top dead center, and as soon as the piston reaches TDC, exhaust valve gets closed, and even all the exhaust gases will be thrown out of the combustion chamber. So that's complete exhaust stroke. Exhaust stroke is represented by a line AE on PV diagram. So this is A and this is E. This arrow, this process from A to E represent exhaust stroke, whereas the process from E to A and this arrow represents suction stroke. Yes, this completes the working principle of 4-stroke diesel engine. So don't forget to mention that PV diagrams along with these diagrams.